to do. See, because the Lord already knows the hearts of men, so you already know what type of man that is. So if he calls that man to do something evil, you already know that man that was wicked from the beginning. It wasn't because the Lord chose him to be wicked, he chose himself to do wicked things. But the Lord just knows within his heart how a man don't truly be. This is Exodus chapter 7. Let me just jump down to verse 13. And he hardened Pharaoh's heart, that he hearkened not unto them, as the Lord had said. And the Lord said unto Moses, Pharaoh's heart is hardened. He refused to let the people go. So now, why was Pharaoh's heart hard? Because what the Lord did unto him. Pharaoh ain't hard in his own heart.
You sure?
He had control.
It's what the Lord put on him.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm on the pot.
Okay.
Go to the scriptures when that reads.
That's why I say, my brothers, man, when we come out here, you see we going through these scriptures. We're not out here for no glory.
We just want y'all to wake up and get y'all understanding what is at hand. Time is at hand. The world is almost getting ready to pass away, this world that we're living in. Those that want to truly wake up and understand that where we're living at is a curse. And the only way to uplift these curses up off it is like the scripture said, we got to go back and announce the iniquities of our forefathers and iniquities that we committed.
And then what? Live our life the way we supposed to be living our life according to the laws, statutes, and commandments set forth. And not just, we don't know when this shit gonna come to an end, but the Most High always let his people know. That's why he showed you with Lot. You thought Lot knew that Sodom and Gomorrah is gonna get rained on the next day?
Well, people always try to I'm glad you said that, because most people out there try to teach that the Lord, when he get ready to bring down the kingdom, he go out and cry. No, really, when the Lord is really getting ready to do something to his people, he wasn't really warning the other nations. He was going out sending the prophets unto his people to warn them.
If his people ain't know what the seals was from in Revelations.
I mean, he wasn't going out to warn the other nations. He was going out to warn the judgment he was bringing upon his people. And now, just so happened, our people might have been under the rulership of another kingdom at that time. So that judgment fell upon them also.
The one kingdom he prophesied to was through Job, and he warned Nineveh. And if you read the scriptures, you see those was the Israelites in Nineveh. That was the people of Nineveh.
Jonah.
Jonah. I'm sorry, that's Salakia.
Yeah,
but
people of Nineveh.
There weren't no Israelites sitting on the throne of Nineveh that threw off his garments and threw ash on his head. There weren't no Israelites sitting on no throne of Nineveh. I mean, y'all let me know something. That'll show you how much y'all brothers, if y'all really be reading. 1 Kings 9 and 14. You got something?
No, that was just going in when you was talking about transgressing the laws.
You could have brought it up. All right, go ahead.
1 Kings 9 and 14. 9 and 14, right?
Yeah.
And Hiram sent to the king six score talents of gold.
So what was Hiram sending to the king? Now that we know that Yahushua was king, we're going to see why he was receiving gold. We're going to see if this was done unto the other king. Yeah.
And this is the reason of the levy.
This is the reason of the levy. Keep going.
Which King Solomon raised for to build the house of the Lord and his own house.
Can you read that up? King Solomon?
Yeah.
Notice they're using the word king in there.
For to build the house of the Lord and his own house, and Milo, and the wall of Jerusalem, and Hazor, and Megiddo, and Gezer.
Now, jump to verse 28.
Verse 28. And they came to Ophir and fetched from thence gold 420 talents.
How much they got?
420 talents.
Keep going.
And brought it to King Solomon.
Who they brought it to?
To King Solomon.
How much gold that was again?
420 talents.
They went to get this for Solomon. They was getting this for Solomon constantly. When the Queen of Sheba came to Solomon, what she came with?
She came with gold.
Go ahead and read that. 1 Kings 10 and 2. And then jump to verse 10.
This 1 Kings 10 and 2. And she came to Jerusalem with a very great train.
She came what?
With a very great train.
Not a little train, great train. This a queen. Then when she traveled with a train, this is not just her clothes. This is her spices, jewelry, you name it, the finest.
With camels that bear spices and very much gold.
And how much gold?
Very much gold.
So she had camels carry spices. Now, if y'all know anything about camels could carry some weight. So she had camels of spices. Now she had very much gold. That's so that we could take that as a weight comparison, even more than spices.
Okay. Very much.
Keep going.
She was, and precious stones.
And precious stones.
And when she was with him of all, and she was come to Solomon.
Jump to verse 10.
Okay. Verse 10. And she gave the king 120 talents of gold, and of spices, very great storm, and precious stones. There came no more such abundance of spices as these which the queen of Sheba.
So they never
King Solomon.
they never hit that number
They
again.
never get that.
So that was just the spices, but she brought very much gold.
They ain't never got
Okay.
She did.
I mean, you could, if you jump down to 10 and 25, you see that all these other kings was bringing gold onto Solomon. That's
a scripture for you.
Keep going.
This is Isaiah 60 and 6. It says, the multitude of camels shall cover thee, the dromedaries of Midian, which I think those are the Arabian horses. It says, the dromedaries of Midian and Ephah, all they from Sheba shall come. They shall bring gold and incense, and they shall show forth the praises of the Lord.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because they're going to bring gold and incense. You're going to see that it's no myrrh in them. They're going to bring incense. They're going to bring frankincense, and they're going to bring gold, but they ain't going to bring no myrrh. But when they brought the gifts to Yahweh Shai, they brought myrrh. And we're going to get into an understanding of why they brought myrrh with those gifts. And that's what you just read with the horses. In 1 Kings 10 and 26, you see Solomon got all them same horses and the fine linen and all these things. These are things that are brought to kings. That's why they brought him the gifts of a king. But he gave those things up to be like unto his people. Hebrews 7. Now we're going to show that he was a priest. And we're going to show that Solomon was of that same priesthood. And we are supposed to be of that same priesthood.
Hebrews 7 and 11. If therefore perfection were by the Levitical priesthood, for under it the people received the law.
They received the what?
For under it the people received the law.
Keep going.
What further need was there that another priest should rise after the order of Melchizedek?
So, what sense if that was it? If that was it, what's the need for another priest? Keep going.
And not be called after the order of Aaron.
He wasn't called after the order of Aaron. Keep going.
For the priesthood being changed, there is made of necessity a change also of the law.
So, this priest, he was going to go by the law, but it was going to be something different with him.
Right.
Okay, now we're going to find out about this difference between the Aaron priesthood, Aaronic priesthood, and then Melchizedek priesthood. 1 Kings 8 and 22.
This 1 Kings 8 and 22.
Solomon was part of that priesthood.
And Solomon stood before the altar of the Lord.
Where did Solomon stand?
Before the altar of the Lord.
Solomon the king stood before the altar of the Lord. Keep going.
In the presence of all the congregation of Israel.
So he stood up in front of all of Israel in front of the altar. Keep going.
And spread forth his hands toward heaven.
Let's be clear. When we see spread forth the hands, this is what the priests, the sons of Aaron, did. They the ones blessed the congregation. They the ones blessed the people. This is Solomon standing in front of the altar about to bless the whole nation. Was Solomon from the line of Aaron? Solomon won't furnace with the sign of the line of Aaron was